What's good, family? It's me, Game Boy, back with a new video. This time I'm coming at y'all with another book review. This time on Sorcerer's Stone: A Beginner's Guide to Alchemy by Dennis William Hauck. As always, if you like what you hear or you become interested in this book, you can find a link to purchase it in the description, and also all the links to my social media are in the description as well, so keep that in mind. And with that being said, let's get started. So, overall, Sorcerer's Stone: A Beginner's Guide to Alchemy by Dennis William Hauck is a book on, everything there is to know about alchemy. He talks about what is alchemy. He talks about the ancient Egyptian origins of alchemy. You're going to find out that alchemy was practiced in ancient Egypt, and this is, an Egyptian science. So, if you're interested in ascending spiritually, taking your spiritual game or your spirituality to the next level, or you interested in ancient Egyptian teachings, wisdom, the lost knowledge, then this is a book you want to pick up because, again, it's full of ancient Egyptian wisdom that's going to help you take your spirituality to the next level. He also talks about, you know what I'm saying? He talks about, how the alchemists believed. He talks about how to perform alchemy in your everyday life, pretty much, and you're gonna learn that alchemy, different metals. The metals in alchemy correspond to different planets. For example, lead goes with Saturn. You know what I'm saying? So if you hold a piece of lead while Saturn is in the sky and you do a meditation that they teach you in the book, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna be performing the alchemical reaction of turning your spirit, a dull spirit, into a vibrant spirit. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be learning actual practices that they do in alchemy. He has meditations in here that he has step-by-step guided meditations in here that if you do, again, you're going to take your spirituality to the next level. Talks about personal purification, how to become an alchemist, and he also talks about how to make elixirs, tinctures, all that stuff, how to, all the stuff that you think, elixirs, drinks, medicine, all that stuff. Talks about how to make it. Everything that there is to know about alchemy can be found in this book, period. Overall, I enjoyed the book. I learned things that I didn't know, and I also you know what I'm saying, I got more clarification and, more verification on some things that I already knew. I already knew that alchemy was an ancient Egyptian science. It was practiced in Egypt. That's the reason I picked up the book. But I didn't know about the fact that the different metals, you know what I'm saying? The metals had a corresponding planet. You know what I'm saying? To me, that just gave verification of obviously I already know of the existence of the Most High, but just seeing how orderly this whole life experience is, how there's an underlying order to all of this, just further confirms the existence of the Most High for me. You know what I'm saying? So overall, I really enjoyed the book. The only con I can really think of is that if you don't have, oh yeah, one more thing, one more cool thing that I want to mention. He also talks about actual instances in real life where they've turned lead into gold. You're gonna learn about this guy named Nicholas Flamel, who, you know what I'm saying, everybody knew he was poor, but within a year he basically started selling gold. You know what I'm saying, because he was making gold. So you're gonna learn about him if you pick up this book. Another cool thing to keep in mind. But as far as the cons, I would say the only con is he does a good job at listing most of his references, but he could have did a better job. For me, coming in, I already got some background knowledge on alchemy. You know what I'm saying? So it was part confirmation for me. But for somebody who don't know nothing about alchemy and they decide to pick up this book, you might have a hard time getting into it because you might have a hard time believing it. But if you already aware of the fact that the Egyptians practiced alchemy and you know what I'm saying, you know that the purpose of alchemy is to turn a dull spirit into a vibrant spirit, then go ahead and pick up this book. It's gonna help you out. If you don't already know that, then you could still pick it up, but you might need to do some research on your own. You know what I'm saying? You might need to reread the book. You might need to read this and then go do some more research and then come back and read it again. But overall, it's a good book. As far as the pros, again, like, this book is just a overall great reference book for alchemy. Like, I enjoyed the meditations, like, because I like to meditate, but um, I enjoyed. I think he does a good job at, like, you know what I'm saying, like, he does a good job at explaining, like, alchemical practices. Like, he just does a good job. Like, it's just a really good book. You know. Now I'm about to read like a little excerpt from the book. I'm gonna read a couple of them because again, it's a lot of like ancient wisdom. That's another pro I would say. Like, it's a lot of ancient wisdom in this book because like the ancient Egyptian teachings, like, that's basically lost knowledge. So the fact that you could get a book on it on alchemy, you know what I'm saying? You going to ascend spiritually by reading this book. Period. Like, if you're interested in ascending spiritually, pick this book up. So this is like talking about how the author got into alchemy. So as I began searching for tools in this new way of knowing, the first thing I discovered was that the ancients were fully aware of this special state of consciousness. The merging of thought and feeling was called the sacred marriage, a union of soul and spirit that gave birth to higher consciousness. So like I said, like, the whole point of alchemy is to turn a dull spirit into a vibrant spirit, to balance out your mind, body, and soul so that you know what I'm saying, experience higher consciousness. By reading this book, you're going to learn how to do that, period. The Egyptians described the child of this union as the inheritor, and the new consciousness as intelligence of the heart. Medieval alchemists named the offspring of the sacred marriage the philosopher's child. This innocent child carried the magical philosopher's stone, an indestructible state of mind that gave its possessor perfect understanding. Because of its power to change both personal and objective reality, the stone of alchemists was known as the sorcerer's stone. Now, flipping a couple pages, I'm going to read another one. To the alchemist, on the other hand, entering a laboratory emotionally upset or focused on one's ego and not the greater universal pattern to be revealed in the experiment destroys the delicate connection with the subtle level of reality on which the alchemist hopes to work. In other words, the alchemist's attitude has a lot to do with the outcome of the experiment. You know what I'm saying? So basically, like, you know what I'm saying, it's a lot of great things to take away from this book. You're gonna learn a lot of things that's gonna help you improve your life, help you live a good life, and help you, like, become closer to the Most High and ascend spiritually. You're gonna learn about, like, what the great work of alchemy is. You're gonna learn about a lot of stuff. You're gonna learn about the meaning of life, all type of stuff. So I recommend that you pick up this book. Again, if you're interested in this book or you want to learn about alchemy, you can find the link to purchase it in the description, along with all the links for my social media. Also, don't forget to go to the description and sign up for free instant access to the Black Power lecture. It's a lecture I put together it's full of knowledge that's going to empower you as a black person, period. You know what I'm saying? And also, you can go to the description and find information on my book club. You know what I'm saying? You can sign up for information on how to join my book club. It's a book club, and we read books that empower black people. We read books on business, spirituality, black history, really whatever I think is going to help you live your best life and be successful. We read about it, then we get together and discuss it. You know what I'm saying? It's online and it's in person, so there's no excuse why you shouldn't, why you shouldn't join. And even if you don't join, you still, you could still sign up for free instant access to the Black Power lecture. Again, this lecture is full of information that's going to help you as a black person, help empower you as a black person. So with that being said, as always, I love you all. Have a good one. Peace.